Well, hello there, and peace of the Lord Jesus Christ be with you. Since I uploaded my cut of the film, Unplanned, in recent time it has blown up and is slowly becoming viral, it seems, probably because of the debate that is currently going on in the United States. But above all, I wanted to share with you some commentaries today that have been written as a response to this video, which I find very interesting. We want to comment on the commentaries to the video of the movie Unplanned. So let's start at the first ones being made, which are positive, which came from people who believe. So the first is, so many will be burning for murder of the innocent. It's devastating. Nothing but for me but to agree with this commentary, with this statement, but it's not a thing to be gloating over. We want those people to be saved. But it also should be mentioned, and I will probably mention it again, this is where we draw the line. So this is something so serious, it's non-negotiable. The second commentary, this movie had me in tears. Every baby you murder will meet you in the afterlife. So, yes, if you look at some icons, there's a particular icon of the Judgment Day. Maybe I'll put it on if I find it. There is, under the judging table of God, there is a hand holding like a bunch of people, bunch of small people in white. And that's the children. And the book of Revelation says they are crying to God, when will you avenge us? When will you avenge us? So abortion should be a crime against humanity. Well, it already is in the eyes of God, but I totally agree with you. Thank you for this. It should definitely be proclaimed as such by the UN. So now we're coming to the opposite party, the people who are pro-choice, pro-abortion, and I really want you to take a look at that. So let's see the first one. I've darkened the names. I don't want these people to have additional trouble, but I also wanted it to be indicative, because those people, if they persist in their ways, are going to be blotted out from somewhere much more important, from the book of life, namely. So let's see. Anyways, my body, my choice. The standard answer of the pro-choice people, I mean, I hope they realize someday how horrific and egoistic and how blind this statement is, because the point is that, in fact, the other body, the fetus, the child, is not your body. It's not your body. And moreover, you are responsible for putting it there in the first place by practicing your sexuality, right? Or are you choosing not to take responsibility for your sexual actions, and therefore you're acting like a mindless animal? A choice is also supposed to be free. If you are not free to make the other choice out of any kind of slavery or out of fear, slavery to sin and lust, then you're bound to make the wrong choice. The choice to abort is a choice of a slave. There is a remedy for that. God is prepared to liberate anyone being a slave if you want him to. And let me add that if you're a Christian, even your body is not yours anymore. Since your baptism, it belongs to Jesus Christ. And it can be given as a gift only with God's blessing to your lawful husband or wife, without seeking your own satisfaction as a primary goal. There was a reply to this reply of mine, saying a fetus is a part of the body of a woman, so yet, yes, it is a part of their body and their choice. Sounds like tautology. It's a part of, because it's a part, because it's a part, because it's a part. People will continue in a weird religious fight against the right to our bodies. It's depressing how much they try to control us. You know, what's weird and also delusional is thinking that a completely new DNA structure, which came to be through a totally different and external genetic material, is your body. And by the way, you too have a religion. And your gods are called ego and pleasure. Let's take a look at the other one. Here's also, first, I think, the friendly side, commenting on the part where the doctor performing the abortion says, "Beam me up, Scotty," before he sucks the child out of the womb. There are some skulls indicating what kind of a deal that this is. But there is a person who we're going to also meet at the end, who we're going to comment on, a teenager with the name blotted out again, who's saying, "I laughed way too hard at that." Yeah. I think it's funny, right? You think it's funny when an innocent gets murdered. Thank you. So, let's see the next one. This is nothing but an absolute fear tactic so that pro-life people will consider people who have abortions murderers more than they do already. That in the video was a 5-month fetus. Most abortions happen before the 12th week or by the 9th. Women carry their pregnancy into the second trimester. They want their baby. They would have gotten rid of it already. If they didn't want it, some don't have a choice except to have a dead child or a child that will suffer and not live long, so it's unselfish decision to make to put their baby out of misery. So screw this BS. So this is actually very indicative of the view of the world, the view that doesn't know God, and is forced to make the decisions in the bounds of only this world, where a child with problems, a child with defect is only a burden, only a suffering. There is no sense. And in the bounds of this world only, well, I guess we are nothing more than animals. You see what a reduction this is, besides it being totally untrue. And the only thing I had to say is, you put animals out of misery, mister. A human being who suffers needs love. A human being who suffers needs love, needs its mama. Therefore, yes, murderers, murderers. Next one. That's not how abortions look like. It's only meant to make people emotional, but it's not accurate at all. It's manipulative and you're just spreading misinformation. I'm not going to comment on that. The real question is whether you would support abortion if you could predetermine whether the kid was LGBTQ or an atheist. LOL. Interesting. So I'm guessing the question is if I would support abortion if my child was going to live its life not according to God's will. Huh? The answer is no. No, I would not. The same thing being if I knew my child, which is possible to determine today with tests, if I knew my child was going to be born with Down syndrome or some other syndrome or without hands. The same reason being that God has a plan with this person, even if it's going to be LGBTQ or an atheist. It's not my business to decide if this person should be killed or not. That, in fact, is God's prerogative. God's prerogative. And everything, every person needs is love. And this is also the reason I'm making this video. Because I don't want you to be destroyed. I don't want you to be in hell, which is very, very real. Don't deceive yourself. And eternal. Yeah, I don't want you to go there. And cherry on top, the person I already mentioned, the one that laughed way too hard at Beam Me Up Scotty. If my access to abortion were compromised, I would kill myself just to prevent the fetus from being born, just out of spite. You ain't living today, bitch. Thank the God I don't believe in that I'm asexual. My God, this is a team. According to the nickname, that's the first information. So, this person would kill herself, I'm guessing it's a female, just to prevent the fetus from being born, out of spite. If I'm telling you, if somebody is telling you, look, don't go kill that man, I will do it now out of spite. You ain't living today, bitch. If I can't kill you, I'm gonna kill myself. Next information, doesn't believe in God, which explains almost everything. You have to believe in something. What else can it be that the manure of this world being popular today? And asexual, a teen being asexual. There's nothing else I can offer you but, looking at this image, I hope one day Christ will find you, because you are this very, very lost sheep. Okay? God bless you.